for day 7 notes, we're going to look at example 2. And in example 2, it talks about going from the slope-intercept form to the standard form. So slope-intercept form is the form that I've given you here, where y equals something. Y is by itself. Y equals mx plus b. But standard form, we learned that in order for a standard form, x and y have to be on the same side. So here we see that x and y are on the same side. A, b, and c represent a number. Okay, so this would be SF, also known as standard form. Okay, so how do we go from slope-intercept form to this form, standard form? So what we do is we want to have our x and y on the same side. So to do that, I got to get rid of the 7x. It's got to go over here. And if I cross the equal sign, I change the sign. So I'm going to subtract it. So that means that I have a negative 7x, this positive y, and all of that equals 6. Okay? So in part B, same idea. If I have a negative 3x, I'm going to bring it over here. I got to do the opposite. I got to add it. Alright, so I've got this positive 3x plus that positive y, and that equals a negative 8. Okay, and as you notice in these two examples, all of our numbers are whole numbers, right? There's no fractions, there's no decimals, etc. So we want to have that integer. We don't want to have any kind of a fraction. So in C and D, we do have fractions, and it would be really easy just to put like minus 2/3 x, but we can't do that. We can't have a fraction. So we have to clear the fraction. So if you remember to clear the fraction, you find the denominator. So the denominator here is 3. Okay, let's kind of zoom in a little bit here. It's a 3. Okay, so then that 3, you multiply all the terms by 3. So I have 3y. These 3's cancel, and we have 2x. And then I multiply 3 times negative 5 and get negative 15. Now, to get that x and y together, I'm going to need to subtract that 2x to the other side. Okay. So I have minus 2x plus the 3y, and that equals negative 15. Alright, so in letter D, we're going to also do the clearing the fraction because we've got to get rid of the fraction. So my denominator is a 5. So I'm going to multiply each term by 5, giving me 5y. These 5's cancel, and I have a negative 3x. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, now to get x over here with the y, I need to add x. Can't add these because they are not like terms. So I put down 3x, then that positive 5y, and then that all equals 10. Okay. Okay, for example 3, we have to change or transform the forms. So I give you this slope or this point slope form. We have to take that and put it into slope-intercept form, and then take that and put it into slope or standard form. So for A, I am going to distribute that 3 first. Okay, so I've got y minus 1. Distribute the 3, so that's 3x. Distribute the 3 again, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now if I look, negative 1 and negative 6 are my like terms. So I'm going to add that 1 to the other side. I've got y by itself. That equals 3x minus 5. Okay, so now to get the x and the y together for standard form, I want to subtract that 3x to both sides. So I have a negative 3x plus that y equals my negative 5. All right, and then in part B, same idea. We need to distribute the 4. So I've got y minus 7. 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times 6 is 24. Okay? Then I want to add the 7 to the like term, which is 24. So I have y equals 4x plus, so if I add, I get 12, carry my 1, and that gives me 32. Now, to go from slope-intercept form to standard form, I got to subtract that 4x, because I want x and y together. So I have negative 4x plus the y equals the 32.